Okay, Travis, the long-awaited interview. Here we go. So I would just like to get the quick rundown. Where are you from?
I am from Simi Valley, California, which is about 30 minutes north of LA and 30 minutes east of Malibu. So I'm in LA area, but north of it, thank God for the traffic, but Southern California.
And were you born there as well? Or?
No, I was born in Chicago because that's where both my parents went to med school. And then we moved out to Missouri for a couple of years, which mostly I remember as my childhood. And then in 1999, we moved out to Southern California, and then I was there ever since until 2 years ago when I came here.
And where did you attend high school?
Chaminade High School in West Hills. It was just over in the San Fernando Valley from my house.
And you played 4 years of basketball on the varsity team, is
Yes.
that right? And your senior year, can you take us a little bit through that?
My senior year was great, to say the least. Seems a long time ago now, but we did extremely well. I can't even tell you our exact record now, but I think it was
27-5.
27-5. There you go. And we lost in the semifinals of CAF, but we went the farthest out of any team at that time had gone for our school. But now they've done better, and our school's doing really good. They almost went to the state championships this year. So, but yeah, my senior year was really great, and I got to play with a good friend who is now at Princeton playing basketball. So we were kind of like the leaders and stuff like that. But it was a great experience, and we had a really good team.
I'd like to go through your senior year. It had to be a hectic year because from what I see, you were getting a lot of scholarship offers for your music ability. Tell us how'd that go, because usually I could think of a senior year being hectic with SATs and signing up for colleges and prom, and also you're being an athlete as well. So take us through that.
My junior year was where let's see. My junior year into the summer before my senior year was where most of the stress came with looking at schools and trying to figure out where I was going to go for college. I ended up signing fairly early, but I mean, it wasn't too early. Some people sign in the spring, some people sign in the fall, but I signed before my actual basketball season even started, which was a huge weight off my shoulders because I could finally enjoy basketball and just play, because I loved it, not have to just play because I needed to get a scholarship or whatever. But so my junior year, I had my season, and then the summer for my senior year, I played club, which is like where you mostly get all your looks or whatever for college. And then I think it was in August, I verbaled with Sonoma, and then I ended up signing in, I think September or October, so really early. And then after that, I was done. I knew where I was going to go. I had already come up and visited here and auditioned for the music program and met with Doug, who's the jazz studies professor here, and then I met with the coach and everything and did the whole thing. So I knew that I wanted to be here, so I signed, and then I was able to enjoy my season, enjoy my last year, prom, everything, the whole senior year high school kind of thing. So
what were the schools that offered you scholarships to go attend there? Give me a list of them.
Well, gosh, this is long. Okay, so there was throughout the summer before was when I was mostly getting contacts from schools, but for me, because I was kind of a weird prospect, was just that when I'd hear a school that was interested, the first thing I have to do is look at the music program because I knew that that's what I wanted to study. So I wasn't going to go to a school that didn't have a good music program. So that I guess that actually helped in the end. That helped me kind of cut through them and figure out which ones would actually be good opportunities. So I think the schools that I thought most seriously about in the very end of the process were Sonoma and NYU. NYU just because they have an amazing music program, but the thing with NYU was that it's just too expensive, and because it's Division III, they don't give athletic scholarships, so it just didn't end up working out financially for my family, so that's why Sonoma ended up being the one.
Okay, and what is the instrument you play?
I play the piano and I sing.
Nice, okay, and what were people's reaction when you decided to choose Sonoma State, the little small Sonoma State, because it's out here in Rohnert Park. No one really knows of it. But NYU, everyone's like, whoa, this is where big-time musicians go. You know, most notably, I think Alicia Keys was one of them.
Yeah.
So, and she plays the same instrument as you play. So
Yeah.
were people's reaction when they heard your decision? Were they supportive, or were they like, oh, wow?
I mean, I think people were supportive because it was, at least the people that are closest in my life were obviously supportive, because I actually found a place that I could do both, which was going to be really hard, and I knew that, and I knew that going into it. My parents were obviously very supportive. They were with me through the entire process. I'm sure there was some people that thought, you know, like, why would you turn down NYU or Harvard or something like that to go to Sonoma State? But I'm sure they got over it by now. Like,
it's not a big concern.
It's not really a huge concern for them. And people, you know, in my class too were working on, I mean, I signed in September and people were still applying for college at that time. So people were doing their own deal. So it's not like all their focus was on
You're kind of ahead of the game.
and my choices. Yeah.
What are your impressions of the Green Music Center? Like, what do you think of it?
Well, I'm not going to say it was one of the reasons why I came here, but it was a huge addition to the music program here. And when I first came, it was still in finishing touches of being built, but they had said that in fall of 2013?
2012?
Yes, 2012, that's when they were going to start having classes and everything. So when I came in as a freshman, my classes were all in. I never did anything in Ives like it was before. And we didn't get to perform in the hall last year, but this whole year we've gotten to perform in the hall. I have a concert tonight in the hall, so like it's amazing. It's an amazing experience to get to perform there. It's The entire building is beautiful, the practice rooms and everything. Like, of course, it's a huge part of like why I decided to come here and stuff.
A question I think I got from a few people when I said I was going to interview you was, your name is Travis. Okay,
Yeah.
So how did that come about?
Well, my parents, I'm their first, and like I said, they had me when they were both in medical school in Chicago. I think it didn't matter if I was going to be a boy or a girl. They just liked the name Travis and wanted to give it to whoever was to, you know, come out. So I can say now that I really like my name. You know, it's very unique, and I haven't heard of another girl Travis ever. So the day that I do, then I guess that'll be pretty cool. But I now that when I was younger, I got a lot of questions about it, but as I grow older, I feel that it's not as uncommon as people used to think, and I hear more and more names, you know, that could be for both male and female. I have a friend on my team whose name's Tanner. He's a girl.
Go, yeah.
So that I haven't heard any girl Tanners, so I think it's more and more common, I guess, as I grow up too. I just see it more.
Yeah, it's no Jacquees, I'll tell you that.
Yeah.
So. You know, a lot of musicians, when they start off doing their music stuff, I guess famous, they start off usually singing in a church. Did you do that at all?
A little bit, yeah. My family is very Christian, and I've been going to church since I could remember. I think mostly when in like grade school and stuff, I would sing in choirs, and then in like junior high, I think I played in like a couple bands and stuff like that. So a little bit, yeah. I wouldn't say that was necessarily like the biggest part of my musical roots.
Right.
But it's definitely a part of it, yeah.
Because I read about Rich Mullins, who's a lot of his songs are used as praise songs in churches and stuff like that. So I was curious about that. Tell me a little bit about him. I think didn't you study under him or something along the lines of that?
Oh, Mullins. Yeah, I studied with him for about, I think it was like a year and a half, either my junior or senior year in high school. An amazing teacher. He was definitely amazing, to say the least. But then I ended up moving away, so that's why I didn't continue to study for him. But I guess, yeah, he did do a lot of gospel stuff and stuff like that, but not necessarily what was like implemented in our lessons and stuff like that. So
where did you find the time to do both basketball and jazz Like, how do you find that? Seems like a lot of
Now?
stuff. Plus going to school, yeah, currently.
I am really organized. I have to be. I am also kind of crazy. I don't sleep a lot, and I just make sure that I can get everything done. I like being busy. I like being active. I'm not one to want to just sit around and do nothing. So as long as I know, like, I wake up in the morning and know, okay, I have to go to these 2 classes. I have to go to practice. I have to go to another class / rehearsal, whatever, in the afternoon, in the night, whatever. As long as I know what I'm going to do and I plan it out correctly, then I'm usually fine. And then I have the weekends. When I'm not in season, it's obviously not as busy. I have the weekends to, like, rejuvenate and do my homework and stuff like that. But during season, we're traveling a lot on the weekends, so I just have to be organized and bring my homework. And the best thing is being in good communication with both departments, so the athletic department, my coaches, as well as the music department. And the music department has been great. They are very understanding. Doug Leibinger, who's the jazz studies director here, I have a really good relationship with him, and he's extremely understanding of my situation and lets me work around things. And if it wasn't for him, I wouldn't be able to do it, to be honest, because there's times when I'm away for basketball and stuff, and I miss, like, really big rehearsals, or he has to move around concert times and stuff like that, but he's always worked with me, which I'm very thankful for.
If you had a dream ensemble, what would it look like?
A dream ensemble?
Yeah.
I don't know.
The great questions we get here at SSU TV.
I don't know. There's some really great musicians here that I really, really enjoy playing with. I wish I could play with all of them at one time, but that would be kind of weird. So I don't know. I don't know exactly what my dream ensemble would be, but.
Okay. Where do you draw your inspiration from when you're writing music?
Writing music is a new thing I've actually started to pick up. I've always, like, written little things, but it was actually only a couple weeks ago that I actually wrote my first complete song, which I was very happy about, because it's not an easy thing. For some people, yes, it comes to them, but for me, it wasn't always an easy thing to complete a song. But inspiration-wise, I'm actually my private piano teacher, Ken Cook, is working on it with me, and so he'll have me go and transcribe music that I like. So whoever it'll be, like, let's say it was a Nora Jones piece or something like that, he'll have me sit down, transcribe it harmonically and the melody and everything to get an idea of what they do. And obviously not to use that as, like, a copyright thing, but just to get some sort of inspiration. Then I also carry around just a small book for lyrics and stuff like that it's kind of a stream of consciousness, and then I'll go back and try to make sense of it all. And but this is a very new thing to me, and it's very exciting, and I really enjoy it when I have the time. But I'm a very much a beginner at the whole writing thing.
Yeah. So when school's over for you and you graduate, what are your plans? Do you have them already down, or are you still taking it, year by year, I guess?
Yeah. I don't know exactly what I want to do. I know that I want to go into music business. I will most likely go to grad school and study music industry or music business, because then I can do what I love still, but then try to be realistic and actually be able to get a job. So I've always wanted to go into that field. Do I know exactly what I want to do? No. And I still have a couple years that I can figure that out. But I want to be in music no matter what. I just don't know how yet. So I still have to figure, my whole life out and stuff like that.
How many hours do you spend playing basketball, and how many hours do you spend doing your music? I guess on average.
Well, we practice, I guess in season we practice 6 times a week, unless we're traveling. So we'll practice Monday through Friday, leave after practice, travel, or maybe Monday through Thursday, travel Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and then have Sunday off. Preseason we have 2 days, and now that we're in spring season, we still practice 2 to 3 hours 5 times a week, so we get the weekends off. So that's a lot. It's at least 40 hours a week. It's a full-time job. And then musically, since music majors start their music classes as a freshman, not like most majors who do GEs freshman, sophomore year. So I play a lot of music and, study a lot of music because I'm in it in my classes before and after practices, as well as doing my own stuff and stuff. So I don't know what the average would be for that, but just as much, if not more, of basketball.
If you had to choose one album to listen to for the rest of your life,
I hate these questions.
what would it be?
I can't give you an answer for that. I don't have an answer. That's like.
How about we'll change it? How about if you had to list your favorite musicians? I'm sure you could. I'm sure you could go on forever, but just give us an idea of where
You're just gonna get whatever I listened to this morning.
Okay, that's fine. I'm sure you've already listened to like 17 songs.
I don't have favorites. I have a very eclectic taste, and I like a lot of music, and I listen to too much of it, and I have a horrible memory, so I never remember artist names or song names. I just know that I like the piece or the song or whatever it is. So I don't know. I like a lot of different music. I like a lot of different artists, so I couldn't give you a very good answer.
I read on you had a bio on this women's website where it says you have a song playing for every drill you do. Is that correct?
Yeah, when we're in 2 days at the beginning of the year, and that's like mostly workout stuff as well as like stuff on the court, it can get a little hard, and I always have a song in my head no matter what, and I'm not the only one that does that. Other people do that. It doesn't have to be a music major to do that, but I'm always thinking of some melody or some song I listen to, and it just helps me get through the drill or the sprint or whatever we're going through for that day.
How about during a game? Same type of deal?
Yeah.
Like you're at the free throw line and there's 6 seconds left and you're thinking...
I probably shouldn't be, but yes. But I usually try to cut that out so I can concentrate on whatever's going on and I don't just airball my free throw or get hit in the head with the basketball or anything like that.
How about your debut as a Sonoma State Seawolf? Your first game, I believe you had the game-tying layup to go to overtime.
That was an exciting game.
Yeah. I'm sure it's been a while since you've thought about it. But,
yeah. We played Colorado at Mesa, I think, and it was pretty like neck and neck the entire game, and they're a really good team. They usually go to the tournament a lot, and we were down by 2, and then I just had a layup, so it tied us. Then we went into overtime, and then we were tied, I think, and
you splashed a 3 in the face.
My coach wrote up a play for a 3 at the top of the key, and then I made it, and then we won. It was really exciting.
It had to be a great debut. I mean,
it was. I think I started myself a little too high, put myself on a little bit more of a pedestal, but that was a great game.
I don't think I got any more questions for you.
Okay.
So I think that is it.
Okay.
That's Travis Newman, everybody. All right, Derek. Thank you.